Like, bro, I just have too much sauce to even care.
Been on my freaking for a while. Know them haters gon' hate, know them jocking my style. See me waited months to grace, hop in here, let me style. I'ma do it like he said, I'ma make my papa proud. This one for the culture, see the vultures all around. So the sheep amongst the wolves, we gon' kill it, we gon' count. We gon' set it off, we gon' let it out the bag now. Have mercy, we are not worth it, take a bow.
Thank God, thank God, thank God it is Fashion Friday. I am glad that you had the opportunity to join me. If you are hearing the sound of my voice, share, tell a friend to come on in. It is Fashion Friday. I hope your week has been well. If you do not know me, I am Al the Great. I am the CEO and creative mind behind Good Steward Apparel and Good Steward Apparel Brands. I am also the host of this show. Thank God it is Fashion Friday. So we started this show as a way to help people decompress. We kicked it off last year. You know, everybody was dealing with COVID, and everybody was having a rough time. I'm sure everybody was having a rough time in one way or another. So we wanted to ensure that you had an outlet. And who gets stressed out talking about fashion? If you getting stressed out talking about fashion, thinking about fashion, you're doing something wrong. So we want to help you decompress. So go ahead and share. And if you join us, tell me how your week has been. You know, how has it been stressful? Has it been a pretty easygoing week? What all happened this week? I know life seems to be moving along a little bit. If you guys have noticed, I dyed my beard. I don't know if you've ever used henna. So I use henna. I did a lot of research on it. It was my first time ever using henna. So I thought henna was just something that, you know, people use to do like the temporary tattoos, you know, kind of in the Indian culture. I didn't know it was a hair dye too. So supposedly it's a hair dye, and it is one that is, you know, plant-based and not toxic to you. So I definitely wanted to use something that was just not toxic. I did like I'm not gonna say all the time, I did like the blonde beard sometime. One of the things I didn't realize, if you have a blonde beard and you a little light, everything shows up. All your skin imperfections, everything. And I was seeing everything. And I wanted something that's, you know, something low maintenance. I was not trying to get something more high maintenance. So it had to go. So I used henna. And when I used the henna dye, it was black. It was a black dye, as you can see. It's still black, but it was a black dye. But the stuff came out green, and that made me a little nervous. So it came out green. I had my beard was green. My kids were running from me, think I'm, you know, Swamp Thing or something. So it was a whole experience. But I'm glad I don't have a green beard. But how was your week? We're going to be talking about some indie fashion today. If you don't know about indie fashion, it is kind of a newish term. If you think about indie fashion, think about that aunt you had that was a little hippie-ish, you know, and she dressed in, you know, flowers and, you know, kind of what we thought was a little hippie-ish. And that's what you think of when we want to think about indie, you know, indie fashion. But it is something I really like, though. I can't do all of it, but I really like some of it, and I think you're gonna like some of it too. So I definitely wanted to ensure that I showed you some ones, you know, that I did some styling that you might enjoy. And you know, it's all about expressing yourself. You got to find different ways of expressing yourself. You know, I know some people like street. Some people like, you know, more of like the casual dress up, whatever it may be. Try new things. So today we're gonna try something new. We're gonna talk about some indie fashion. I hope you're ready. I'm ready. But that was the biggest thing that kind of went on for my week. You know, was the beard dye. I know things are still a little slow. I know COVID is still lurking around. I hope everybody is staying safe. What is one of the things that, since we've been on lockdown, for the most part. I know people are still getting out some, which is great. As long as you're getting out safely, I think that is definitely important. What is something that you have taught yourself since you've been on lockdown? Have you picked up some type of new skill or something with, because everybody seems to have some extra time on their hands. What is something that you have taught yourself? One of the things since I've been on lockdown, I have not been to the barbershop. I have been cutting my son's hair. I've been cutting my hair. I could always do it even all the way around, but through YouTube University, I learned how to do a fade. And sometimes I have some good moments and sometimes I have some bad moments. I think this is one of the better days. What do you think? I think this is one of the better days. I did it the other day. I am learning, and I feel like this is a time where you can learn anything on YouTube. You can learn just about anything on YouTube. I call it YouTube University. What is something that you have taught yourself, throughout this, this year, 2020, now in 2021? What are some things that you've learned? For me, it's been giving myself a haircut, and giving yourself a haircut is not an easy task. I don't know if anybody has done it before. If that's something you do, it is not an easy task. Using double mirrors, kind of all these things, it is not an easy thing. But I am kind of proud of myself that I have taught myself, how to do a fade. I cannot do a fade on my son's hair. He moves around too much. I just can't do it. I'll cut it even all the way around, but I can't do mine. So getting into some indie fashion. Like I said before, indie fashion is one of those classifications of, something that, that's something different. Sometimes it is those different patterns that come together. Sometimes it is really that flowy type of style, really kind of airy. I'm really focused on kind of nature, some of the pastels and just the way that the clothes are made are really, sometimes very organic, a lot of different things. So it is mixing of patterns. It is really what you think about, like I said, when you think about like what we used to call, kind of hippie-ish, now it's called kind of indie, right? All right, so let's get into it. First, let's hear a word from our sponsor. I am very thankful for our sponsors. Really appreciate it. These couple of sponsors have been with us last couple of weeks, and one is Harlem Beer Distributing, and let's hear from them.
The old Renaissance is the new Renaissance, standing on tradition while embracing the spirit of distinction. This is the Harlem Brewing Company, uniquely crafted beer brewed to deliver a taste, a sound, and a feeling that can only be described in one way: Harlem style. So come and take a trip on the A train with our Harlem Sugar Hill Golden Ale and our Harlem Renaissance Wit Beer, the neighborhood original.
Sponsored by Harlem Beer Distributing North Carolina, served in Durham at the BU Cafe, the Durham Hotel, Grub Durham, the Durham Co-op, Zaweli's.
So you can get Harlem beer at any of those places. If you are not from Durham, a lot of those places are in the Triangle area in Durham. Harlem Beer Distributing is a Durham company. I love it because I'm from Durham, raised in Durham. I love Durham. So definitely appreciate them as a sponsor. I don't know about you guys, when you hear the music, I don't know what it is. I'm over here like vibing to, even when I'm doing the countdown and I hear it in the background, I'm vibing to the countdown. I'm like vibing to everything. So maybe it's just one of those days. I hope you vibing too. I'm vibing to the music. I'm vibing to the intro music from J-Lock. Please go check out J-Lock. Love that track. All right, so we're going to talk about some indie fashion. Looking forward to it. Hope you're looking forward to it too. All right, so I changed up the presentation a little bit. You guys tell me what you think. Try to go, give you guys a little better presentation, kind of like a magazine style. All right. So thinking about also our other sponsor is Industry Emerge. Elton Benjamin is the owner. He's one of the operators. Amazing guy, amazing graphic designer. He does the flyer for the show. He does a lot of work for Industry Emerge does a lot of work for Coffee and Collaborations Media. So amazing company to work for. If you need any type of graphic design work, please reach out to them. Branding, any of those things. Definitely a great consultant and coach too for all your business needs. If you are looking to be a sponsor, not just for this show, thank God it is Fashion Friday, but for other shows as well, because we have Love and Flow and Coffee and Collaborations, and we're building up to a whole lineup to make sure that you guys are educated and entertained. So please reach out, info@coffeeandcollaborations.com if you would like to be a sponsor too. Hey, Kim. Hey, Kimberly. Thanks for joining us. All right. So looking at indie fashion. So as you can see, it's kind of what I talked about before. You have the colors. One of the things I like looking at the first one on the left side page. I think it's Carmico. Carmico is the Instagram name for that company. If you like what you see, please go and check them out. I really like the style of some of their stuff. So I don't know if you can see it, but really the pattern of the shirt has like mushrooms and things that you would think are very naturist. So mushrooms, flowers, a lot of different things. The sweater, mushrooms on the sides right here, and the cap. Even the detail in this hat right here. You see how the ridge is also like mushrooms. If you like that indie design, that indie style, even even that kind of nature feel, go check them out. And what I saw of it is a lot of unisex. Everything was kind of unisex. And some of these things, like with these designs, like with that indie, it's all about being relaxed. Not matching, crossing patterns together. A lot of different things that you probably wouldn't normally do on a regular basis. But really about feeling good, about feeling a little closer to nature, kind of everything. So what you could do with this sweater, this cardigan. So green, we say green is definitely one of those things that are in for fall 2021 and 2020. Definitely using the green, and you don't have to, because you're going for indie, you don't have to match. Get complementary colors. Maybe put a blue on it. Maybe some pastels. Mix and match some patterns. However you feel, that's how you can do it. And you see the hat. The hat is not the same type of red, but really going about that comfort. That's what we're looking for in indie. Looking at the next one right here. So we have Kate Chad Official. I want to say that this company is in Turkey. I think so. If I can recall, I think it's in Turkey. So love the flowiness of this dress. Very flowy material. If you can see this right here, it also has, it's belted, but you can remove the belt. You put the belt on to kind of give you more of a waistline. If you want that more of to give that hourglass shape or give you more of a waistline, you will put the belt on. If you want it to be like flowy, then you would just leave the belt off. So this is one of those things where you can have the belt on or you can have it off. You can use the belt as a headband. Whatever you want to do, indie is about being comfortable and really about flowing. Next one, I really like this this skirt right here. Kimberly says she loves it. I love it too. So really like this skirt right here. It is, I don't know if you can see it, but it has sequins. And you know how pretty much everybody I've brought on the show this year have talked about sequins, it seems like in one way or another. And how sequence is just one of those things for this year, for this season. So this has the sequence, and it also has these ties on the bottom where you can kind of make the skirt a little bit more form fitting. So if you want it to be more form fitting, you would kind of tighten those ties, almost like you would have like a drawstring bag. So they have those ties at the bottom, like right here on both sides. So you would use that, make it a little bit more form fitting. They see that they went flowy with the top. You can still do that. Indie is about mixing it up. You can have more form fitted bottoms, have a more flowy top, and really about being comfortable. And one of the other things I like about indie that I've seen a lot is the big thick boots. I am personally, I don't think I can do it myself, but I've seen some people do some amazing things with the big chunky boots. That's what I mean to say. Those big chunky boots with the heel, that is definitely indie. And, that fits into other styles too, but you'll see it a lot in indie fashion. All right, so let's look at the next one. All right, so this, I wanted to go ahead and do some styling. So I really like the way that this, especially this first one, kind of came out. I talked about the mixing of patterns, and I feel like I think everyone doesn't want to mix patterns, but I think it's all in how you do it, right? So what I did here is I mixed several patterns. You can see 3 patterns. You can see in the sweatshirt, the sweater. You can see in the purse and the boots. So, but still using those same kind of colors, really playing off those colors, but just mixing the patterns a little bit and really trying to look for something that's going to complement. You will see some people that will do indie, and they you see this pattern when I mix it up, it's not a direct contrast. Like you don't have the top is a different pattern than the bottom. You can do that as well. There is a way to do that as well. I just did a little different here. So I did the kind of checkered, multicolored pattern in the top. And indie also does uses a lot of vintage type prints, a lot of vintage designs. You see that in the sweater. You see it also in the skirt. So a lot of vintage designs and kind of bringing them together to kind of mesh well. So what I did, I wanted to bring out. I love bringing out like some of the colors in a design that you don't necessarily, that is not the focal point. So I wanted to bring out the brown a little bit with the skirt. Still looking at, this being kind of a winter fashion kind of thing, and mix those together. And then with the boots, it's kind of almost like a colorful snake skin. I don't think you're going to find a snake this color, but I love this design. So really, still looking at these colors, using those colors, and really trying to match them up with a different pattern that's going to complement it with the snakeskin pattern. And then really going with the purse. I really like the small handbags. You're going to see that. I think I did another one, but really using the small handbags, but also, playing off that pattern, still using that same color scheme, and really just kind of meshing it all together. Kimberly says she loves vintage. I love vintage too. And I think vintage is one of those things that really people are loving right now. People go to thrift stores. They go to these small boutiques and find these vintage items. And you can really find them anywhere. So if you are one of those vintage finders, this is definitely a style for you, indie. But, remember, vintage, you can dress it up, dress it down. Indie is really all about being kind of casual and comfortable. I don't see I assume that you probably could dress it up a little bit, but it's more on the side of being casual and comfortable. All right. So looking at this, so I did something for the guys. So this is from my own brand, No Robot Streetwear. So still mixing patterns. You know, I really. So I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. My favorite colors are red and black. Really love red and black. Really, really, really love red and black. So if you see me wearing a lot of red and black, that is why. So really love red and black. This brand is all red and black, just about. The shoes are also no robots, but the shoes come in like different colors. These are my favorite shoes right now. They're lime green, but I match them and wear them with a number of different things. I have these joggers. I've worn with the joggers. I've worn with with jeans. I've worn with a lot of different things. Never trying to match them though. I can't. I wouldn't do the lime green on lime green, but I would definitely kind of leave the lime green as something that's kind of something that's going to complement the outfit. Something that's going to be more of a focal point and kind of complement it. But these mixed patterns, I think, work really well together using that red and black kind of color scheme. And then, just doing something unexpected and you put on some lime green sneakers, right? So what, tell me how you felt about those. Which one is your favorite? I know Kimberly says she loves vintage. I love vintage too. But which one was your favorite? What part of it was your favorite? For me, these colorful snakeskin boots, really like those. But you also know those lime green sneakers are my favorite that I personally own. So I don't own any colorful snakeskin boots, but I do own some lime green sneakers. All right, looking at this other one. So again, mixing the patterns, but it's not so much that it is overbearing, So the pattern in the sweater is kind of more of like polka dots. It is really kind of like a more of a vintage pattern, or more of like an 80s pattern. So numerous like designs and polka dots and stuff, kind of like almost like I want to say acid wash, but almost like kind of like that design. Also with the pants, the flower pants, you can wear flower pants in the fall. Bring out those flowers in the fall. Just make sure you stay warm. So having those floral pants, definitely something warm, but again, doing complementary colors. Bringing out some of those unexpected colors that people might see. That teal that's in those flowers, I wanted to play off that teal with the top, but also bring out that red and other things. So we got the red boots, and you see they have like almost like the little silver tip. So almost like the little silver tip is all about the details. The silver tip, almost like something that's more Western or something. But these boots definitely have more of a modern, a marriage between that modern and kind of vintage feel. So red boots, you got the fedora to match. I know everybody loves their fedoras. That is like one of the hottest things right now. And I feel like a fedora kind of upgrades like any outfit. So using the fedora to kind of match the boots, and then again, going for something unexpected, doing something different with the purse. The purse is black, but you can see that it has like the black stringy laces. Something that doesn't throw the whole outfit off, but something again that's going to just complement the whole thing and really kind of have that marriage together, right? So how do you feel about that? Can you let me know if you can do vintage? I mean, vintage, not just vintage, but let me know if you can do indie. I know this is not something that everybody can do or everybody's style of choice, but I hope that some of the things I've shown you will at least, give you an idea that maybe you want to try indie. And if you do, go ahead and send us some pictures, post it on Coffee and Collaborations, Facebook, and put hashtag TGIFF and indie fashion. let us know. Let us see those indie fashion, styles, those indie fashion picks. Let me know if I have influenced you in any way to try indie. Thank you all for joining us. Please go ahead and follow us if you're not doing it already. Follow us at go to coffeeandcollaborations.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Coffee and Collaborations. On Twitter at Coffee and Collaborations Media. And if you want to follow me personally, it's just Al the Great at Instagram and Al the Great on Facebook. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us for Thank God It Is Fashion Friday. And I hope your weekend is going to be great. And I just want you to remember, I think you're great. God thinks you're great. Make sure that you think you're great, and just have a great time. I know things can be a little rough, but we got to make sure that we are still enjoying ourselves and having a great time. So I will see you next Friday for Thank God It Is Fashion Friday. This has been a production of Coffee and Collaborations Media.